property was taken by the state and then sold to private private property owners. This actually happened several times in China, several times when the Buddhist property were confiscated. And the third case actually is Japan, where the Japanese monasteries, it's a little bit later because they were following from the Chinese, the Japanese monasteries. This again, it's based, starts really 13th century and it reaches its height in the 16th century, in the so-called Sengoku period when there is no central government. It's a country war between the different.
This is a huge organization of the religious, and I think the people get around the ciji come from different level of the society and from different prospects. But the economics of the scale of the economics of the ciji is very, very huge.
Types of Christianity. If you ignore the religious philosophy, what is the big difference between Protestant churches and Catholic churches? A very important organizational difference. The Catholic Church is extremely centralized. Protestant churches are quite decentralized. I mean, there's some which are in between. They're a little bit more Catholic type, but a typical Protestant minister is an entrepreneur, and the minister can go and start his own church, but then he has to be able to raise the money for it. So it's particularly true in the U.S. Today, but it's always been true. This is sort of entrepreneurial character to the Protestant ministers.
Theology and has taken very distinctive political positions over the past 20 and 30 years, often opposing the government that just came back into power recently. And I'm wondering whether that model would fit. I wonder whether or not the ministers are, who pays them? Whether they're entrepreneurs or whether they're more like a Catholic model, and I just don't know.
So we always have to ask the question, what is the material organization? Even in a very idealistic movement, the material organization still makes a difference.
Is invited by the law school for lunch together. We can proceed to start with another speaker. Thank you.